All right. So let's go ahead and get started for our class today. Oh, I need to grab for my reading a little bit later. All right. So let's go ahead and come to seated. Have our legs crisscross here. And just start with some easy neck rolls just to get into our body. So rolling the shoulders back and down, maybe shaking the head no for a moment, and finding your breath. So nice big inhale in and exhale out. Nice. Take a moment to drop the chin towards the chest and then roll it on over to the right. Exhale to the center and then over to the left. And get things going this morning. And then go ahead and find the head over to the left here, placing the left hand just above the right ear, extending those right fingertips out nice and long. And just exhale, let it sink. Feeling that stretch all along the side of the neck, down the shoulder. Nice. Go ahead and release here. Chin towards chest, roll it over. Right fingertips above the left ear. Wiggle those fingers out. Again, finding that breath. The hand is just that natural anchor, creating just a little bit of resistance. Big breath in, exhale, release, dropping chin towards chest. Bringing it back to neutral. Let's go ahead and open those arms. Inhale, drop the elbows down and back. And then exhale, elbows, palms to touch. You can drop the chin towards the chest to release some of that tension that might be built up in those shoulder blades, and then inhale, open. And then exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Nice. Go ahead and shake it out here. And then creating those little rainbow breaths, we're just going to inhale, center, and then exhale, release on each side. Just opening that low back, side body, waking up for the morning. All right, go ahead and bring it on up. Hands to the knees, creating little circles. Again, just noticing where it might feel a little bit tight. And changing directions. All right, now coming up to center here. Nice. Let's go ahead and rock and roll. Come on forward and come into your tabletop position. Let's work on those cat cows, just waking up that spine a little bit more, tucking those toes. Inhale, open through the front body. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Pressing through the palms, those fingertips, the pads of the fingers. That way all the weight isn't dumping into the wrists. Nice. Coming back to neutral spine here. Start walking it out and then sink the heart towards the mat. So releasing the forehead to the mat. Hips are staying high in our puppy dog pose or heart melt. Releasing here. I'm trying something a little bit different. Go ahead and tap those toes on the outside edges of the mat. So we're opening the toes so they're wider than the knees. Creating a little bit of an opening in the pelvis and the sacrum. Find your breath here. Big inhale. And exhale out. Nice. Go ahead and bring them back to neutral. And then start walking it up here. Nice. Ground into the palms. Send those hips on up. Downward dog. Walking it out here, stretching those hamstrings, waking them up. And then walk the feet to meet the hands. Okay, feet hip width apart. Heavy hang. Nice bend in those knees. Grab those elbows. Rock from side to side. Gaze at the knees. Upper body's completely relaxed. Then come back to center, ground into the floor here. Open up those arms, gather up all that energy, and bring it into heart center. Nice. Let's go ahead and flow a little bit. Inhale up. Exhale, float. Inhale halfway. Exhale, release. Nice wide arms, gathering it all up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Nice. All right, grounding into that left foot. Send the right one back. Bend into that front knee. Working with our warrior one here. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, float it down. Palms are pressing up, 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 up towards the sky. Nice and active here. Inhale, float it up. Reach through those fingertips. Lots of energy pressing through the soles of the feet, nice and even in the front and back feet. Exhale, hinging at the hip. Exhale, palms towards the sky. Inhale up. Okay, last one here. Exhale. Palms towards the sky. And then slowly let the arms release, staying in your hinge position. Hands on top of the left thigh. Beginning to straighten it out a little bit here. Big inhale. And then exhale, see if you can sink a little bit. If it feels better, you can bring the hands to the floor. Tips of the fingers kind of supporting you here. Shake the head no. See if you can just release the upper body now. Oh, exhale and just surrender into the pose rather than force. Nice. Grounding into the soles of the feet, so pressing them down and away. Gently engaging that core. Slowly coming up. Nice. Okay, step it on forward. Releasing left foot back, coming into warrior one on that right side. Inhaling, arms up. Okay, exhale, hinge. Again, palms towards the sky. Press, press, press. Float it on up. So taking your time. Movement lasts the entire length of that inhale. Exhale, press, float it down. Reach through those fingertips long through the spine. Last one, exhale. Okay, holding here with the upper body, releasing the arms, letting them come to the top of the thigh. Big inhale, and then exhale, start sinking. Slowly start pressing through that front foot, seeing if it feels comfortable to straighten. You can always leave that bend in there. Release the hands, drop the head, gaze toward the knee. And shaking the head no. One more breath. Exhale, press into the feet, gauge the core, slowly walk it up. Nice. Step that foot forward. Inhale, arms up, feet out wide, and then just sway. Nice. Shake it out here for a moment. All right, let's come wide on the mat here for a moment. So feet out nice and wide, hands on hips. I'm going to inhale here, long through the spine. Exhale, hinge, 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 reach through the crown, nice and long. Hold here for a breath. Those micro bends in the knees. Big inhale, and then exhale, go ahead and release forward. Again, just like we did with our triangle or our pyramid pose, we're going to drop the head so the gaze is towards the back wall. So taking a moment there. Just breathe. And go ahead and walk the hands over to that right foot. Bring it on back to center. And then exhaling over to the left foot, taking a few breaths here. All right, walk it one more time over to the right. And then go ahead and pivot that right foot. So now we're in our warrior two stance. Go ahead and bend that right front knee. Okay. Walking those hands over, we're going to float up as gracefully as we can. So again, we're pressing into the feet, engaging the core, and then kind of flow the arms open. Exhale here. Shoulders down and away. Nice. Okay, go ahead and release that forearm on top of that right thigh. Extending left arm alongside the ear. Big inhale. Go ahead and create some circles. Okay, and then go ahead and let it lengthen out alongside the ear. Take a nice big inhale. And exhale out. Okay, inhale, center. Pivot toes forward. Hands on hips. Exhale, hinge, and release. Exhale, sinking. Walking those hands over to the left foot. Pivot the left foot forward, coming into our warrior two stance in the legs. Might need to adjust the feet a little bit. So take time to just kind of wiggle, bend into that knee. Again, pressing into both feet, softly engaging the core. Inhale, float those arms up. Exhale, sink the shoulders. Taking a breath to stabilize here, noticing how you're feeling in the lower part of the body. And then go ahead and release. Left forearm on top of the left thigh, right arm extends alongside the ear. Okay, Nice, creating some movement. Go ahead and float those arms, creating little circles. Hopefully things are starting to move a little bit now, circulation wise and energy wise. Go ahead and lengthen out now, reaching through those fingertips. Nice big inhale. Exhale, come on up. Nice, pivot toes forward. Big inhale, once again, releasing here. Forward fold, wide legs. Now we're at that point that we hate to admit it, but it feels really good to get up in the mornings. Go ahead and ground that left palm. Inhale, right fingertips up. Breathing here. Exhale, releasing right palm down. Exhale, left fingertips up towards the sky. Remember, the neck can vacillate or hold, whatever feels good for you. And float those hands down. Hands back on hips, pressing through those soles of the feet. Nice bend in the knees. And come on up, nice and strong. Nice. All right. Let's go ahead and bring it to the front of the mat. Actually, I want to go ahead and bring in the breath of joy, since we're so happy to be here. So we're going to inhale, 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 and then exhale, forward fold completely. Okay. So we'll do a set of, let's do 5 just because it feels good. Okay, ready? So inhale, 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 exhale, just release. Okay, float it up. Inhale, inhale, exhale. 2 more times. And reach those hands on up. Grab onto that left wrist, reaching through those fingertips, exhale on over. Grounding into that left foot, reaching through those left fingertips, creating spaciousness between the hip, the rib. Feeling that heart beating, blood flowing, reach through those right fingertips now, ground into that sole of that right foot, and release on over to the left. Nice, bring it on back. Exhale, arms down. All right. Bring it down. Inhale, float arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. And exhale, sink. Nice. Ground into the palms. Bend those knees. Send the feet back. Come into your plank pose. Okay. Taking a big breath here. And then exhale, just drop the left knee down. Place the left hand in line with that left knee. Pivot that right foot to the instep of the right foot and supported side plank. Okay, float it down. Dropping right knee down, extending left leg, inset of the left foot, extending left fingertips up towards the sky. Big breath in. Exhale. Float it down. Nice. Knees nice and wide, toes together. Sink the hips over heels, extending arms out. Big inhale and exhale, sink heart center down, third eye connecting to the earth. Oh, and just surrender here. Walking those hands over to the right, left palm on top of the right. And slowly back to center, over to the left, stacking right palm on top of left. Okay, hands back to center. Shifting the weight forward into the palms, bringing those knees together, crossing the feet behind you. Go ahead and rock on back. Extending legs out nice and long. Come on top of those sits bones. So wiggle the hips till you're right on top. Take the fist, press them down, and then straighten through the spine. Flexing the feet, feeling that kind of waking up in the low back. Shoulders are down and away from the ears. Shake the head no, releasing any tension. Reach through the crown of the head. Looks like a passive pose, but it's very active. If you don't have enough height, tent the fingers, press through there. Nice. Slide those heels in, release the hands, slide the heels in a little bit towards the self. So that way the knees are bent. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Lizard on a rock. Nice big inhale. And exhale, come on up. Nice. Let's go ahead and drop on back to our low back. So that way we get a little bit of twist in here. Extending the arms out nice and long. Feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. Nice big inhale. And then exhale, drop the knees on over to the left. Gaze can go to the right. Oh, just relaxing here, letting the body settle. And come back to center with those knees and then exhale and over to the right. Gaze to the left. Bring them to center, head to neutral, and then gently drop the knees from side to side. Nice. Go ahead and bring knees back to center. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. So big inhale, knees towards chest, tuck the chin, lift the head, big squeeze. And then open on up into starfish. Reach through those fingers, reach through those toes. Big activating kind of the muscles here. Squeeze those glutes, reach through the fingers. Big inhale and then exhale, release into Shavasana. So releasing palms facing up, legs relaxed. Letting the body be heavy here. Just surrendering. Just thanking yourself for showing up this morning, showing up for yourself before the day has even started. Taking that moment to connect with the breath, that beautiful inhale and exhale. And then gently, as you're resting here, I'll just read you your card that came in. It's a card of focus. And the mantra is, I focus on what is working. Emotions and thoughts are powerful. They can pull us in every direction if we're not aware of their strength. And when we pay attention, we affirm our ability to more consciously direct them. In any moment, we can choose to make a positive shift and uplift our perspective. Focus on what is working in your life. Stop fixating on the imperfections. And as soon as you notice your thoughts spiraling you down, call it out and shift gears. Keep adjusting your mind to choose a better way. Align your emotions with thoughts that make you feel lighter and happier. Use your imagination if need be. So turn this into one of your most dedicated daily practices. And soon you'll experience incredible triumph, resiliency, and well being. Go for progress, not perfection. Total harmony in the body is greatly dependent on balance in the mind. So think healthy thoughts. I focus on what is working. Taking a moment to come back to the breath. Bringing that breath in a little bit deeper. Exhale out. Little bit of movement into the fingers and toes. Even a morning stretch if you'd like. Arms above head like we did with our starfish. And then release over onto your right side, drawing knees towards the chest, cradling the head in the crook of the arm. Savoring the sense of stillness, the sense of peace and ease that you've cultivated in your body that you can tap into at any point during your day by using the breath or maybe a few movements if you have a moment in your day. And then slowly, gently start finding your way to seated. We'll seal our practice with one shared breath. So palms, hands on heart, big inhale, and exhale out. Beautiful. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste.